we're going to introduce the players. And that's when you can get loud if you want to get loud. Let them show some love to the players. Pete Stemmer, where are you? He's talking, loves to talk. Talk, 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 talk. Pete Stankowski. Where is he? Hey, Pete.
When you get to be my age, you have those prostate issues, you know? So, sorry, we're here.
Okay. All right, well, they want to know about who's here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, we got a range. First of all, it's an honor to be here tonight. 23 years, going strong, and a lot of people behind the scenes that are involved in this that make it such a great success. But it's you people out there that really make this thing happen. It's a tremendous, tremendous cause. We've got some alumni players here that are accessible all night tonight, so don't be shy. Ask them anything you want. I mean, you know, that's why we're here. We're here for a few hours. We're here to rub shoulders with you. We want you to donate, make this thing a success. It's been bigger and better every year, and we hope to continue. A lot of people doing a great job. Ron Duguay, our MC. Now tell me something, ladies, does Ron Duguay look as good today as he did when he did those Ooh La La Sassoon commercials, or what, huh? It must be those Budweiser vitamins that he takes, huh? Looking good. Listen, let's get to the introductions here. Our first fellow, New York, he's the New York Rangers all-time, this is the way he wrote it, the all-time New York Rangers scoring leader, the NHL Hall of Famer. He had, this player was the first player to have his number retired by the rafters in New York. The New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden. That back happened in 1979, so that jersey's been up there for an awful long time. He's 8-time an All-Star, has been with us since the first time that Skates with the Greats started over 20 years ago. And is a great supporter and a friend of McDonald House, and he's our leader, our alumni leader, all around terrific guy, both on and off the ice. Please say hello, number 7, the great Rod Gilbert.
Hey, Rod. All right, I know you're... Rod, don't go away. I know you're going to speak later, but I think everyone here would love to know about the recent announcement about your line mate, Jean Rattel. What about that? What does that mean to you?
It was awfully exciting. We started playing hockey when he was 10 years old in Montreal, and he was so good, Ronnie, that I said, from now on, you and I play together all the time. It's like we got married at 10 years old. But it's thrilling. I had a long conversation, and he's honored, and he can't wait for that introduction.
So when is that going to happen?
As everybody knows here, Madison Square Garden will be 50 years old next year, in 2018. And that's when we decided to, probably February, depending on if the players go to the Olympics.
All right, thank you. The next player, who you're all really familiar with, as far as tonight goes, like Rod, an ambassador for Ronald McDonald House. He's done so much. He's been a great Ranger. His numbers speak for themselves. I've played against some great defensemen, Paul Coffey, Ray Bork. This guy is equally as good, but what I like about him is who he is as a person. So that's why he's attached his name to this. Very likable guy, and that's Brian Leetch.
Brian Leetch was on the 1994 Stanley Cup team, the last time the Rangers won the Stanley Cup. Well, I'll tell you, you want to look at a resume, this guy's got it right here, Brian Leetch. And hey, listen, I don't know how many people here from Long Island. I live in Long Beach now, and yeah, it's a pretty good town, and this guy found it to be a pretty good town too. He married a local girl from Long Beach, so we get a chance to, let's say, share a cup of coffee occasionally when he stops into town. Listen, I just want to mention one thing. We introduced Rod, and he's been spearheading this event for so many years. His wife, Judy, is here tonight, and she has been tremendously instrumental in helping in everything that this is a success all these years. So, Judy, take a bow, and thank you for your help all these years.
Pete, what's that saying? Behind every great man, there's a great wife.
Rod can tell that. Rod will tell that joke. Let's move on with the program here. Next, alumni, a very popular guy. He's the guy when he played hockey, and I think they invented this rule. You know when the warm-up is over, they put the clock 15 seconds. That means get off the ice. Let the Zamboni come on and clean up. Well, probably one of the reasons they did that is because of our next alumni, Nicky Patillo. He used to get the pucks and throw them up to the blue section. You guys remember that? You go back far, he used to heave them up as far as he could. That took some time, so the NHL said, "Oh, let's get that 15-second rule." So, thanks, Nick. But he's known for something, right?
Well, and he's got a great nickname too.
Well, he's got a few. Anyhow, when Nick signed with the Blue Shirts back in 1976, he became the first player that was born and raised in the 5 boroughs ever to wear a New York Ranger jersey. That's pretty good. Born, brought up in the New York area, and his dream was to play for the New York Rangers. And over the next 10 years, number 22 developed a special relationship with the Garden Faithful, the unofficial mayor of Staten Island. Welcome, number 22, Nicky Patillo.
Hey Nick, one question. Why the number 22?
Because John Ferguson was the general manager of the New York Rangers, and when he played for the Montreal Canadiens, he wanted, a tough player to wear 22.
So why did they pick you? Oh, let's move on with the program. Hey, watch the glasses and the false nose, please. Okay?
Yeah, we can go on all night with storytelling because he was a teammate and one of the best teammates because part of playing the game on the ice, I mean, there's this serious tone about playing, right? But off the ice, you got to get along, you got to have fun. And Nick was always about having fun, especially when we went on the road. He kept it light and probably the most liked and disliked guy on the team. But he was there for us, though. You talk about being there for his teammates. If someone was in trouble, trust me, Nicky would defend you. So that's why we love Nick Patillo, as you do as fans. Teammates, we love Nick Patillo. All right, move on. Everyone, all the guys here tonight, all the alumni are all very likable guys. They're great guys, great New York Rangers. This next player probably is up there in the top. He was here in '94 when they won the Stanley Cup. To win the Stanley Cup, you have to have special leadership on the ice, leadership in the dressing room, and this guy was all about that. And he has since then become part of the Ranger family. He works for the Rangers, the Ranger hockey operation. He's, like Rod, an ambassador of the team. And he doesn't want me to go on and on, but I can. He's number 9, Adam Graves.
All right, moving right along. This next ex-hockey player alumni is just like the rest of us, so many of us up here. He stayed at his playing weight even after all these years after he's retired.
I think I'm next.
He's a rugged defenseman. Well, okay, I got to this guy. Now, the rugged, they call him rugged, big, tough guy. Comes in for a lot of events, played 500 games in the National Hockey League, and you certainly want to have your head down when he was on the ice. I hope he... this could be anybody, right? Let's welcome, please, number 24, Chris Kotzi-Kostopoulos.
Yes.
Kotzi, put that sandwich down. Come on here.
Hey, Kotzi.
All right, one at a time, please.
Kotzi, why don't you share with us what you're up to these days? Right? What are you up to these days?
About 300 pounds.
No, you're still involved in hockey. What is it that you're doing?
I do the color for the Quinnipiac Bobcats men's Division I hockey. I'm actually visiting tonight for this, so I'll be back next week with them. Playoffs start next week for the ECAC conference in college. And it's good stuff, good hockey.
Okay, having said that, you pay attention to the New York Rangers. How do they look going deep in the playoffs?
Depends on the matchup, to be honest with you.
Come on, give us more.
Well, I'll flat out. I'd like to see them play the other division. That division of Montreal's and maybe a little easier. But, you know, I'm also one of these. I think Washington Capitals will choke like they always do.
But do you think they have the right balance on that team to win it all?
I'd like to see a little more toughness on the defense as usual. And I mean, how many years are you going to let Henrik Lundqvist get run over, guys? You know what I mean? It's been like 10 years, 11 years since I guess the last tough defensive end was Bookable. Right, Brian?
Well, it's great to have Katsian as a between-period guest, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why I love Kotze, because he gives it and he tells it like it is. Another guy that was on the team, if there was any kind of problems around the goaltender, you had to mess with him, all right? And he always needs those guys. So Kotze, we always appreciate it. Now the next player happened to be a teammate of mine back in the 70s and 80s. I left, he stayed. And because of the quality of his character and how he played, he became a captain. Played a long time. Not often do a player gets to play on one team for 16 years. All right? And he's still in New York. He's still associated with the Rangers, and he was a great captain, great guy, great friend of mine, and that's Ron Greschner.
He's not talking to us. He overheard us saying something about him behind his back, I guess, back in the curtain there. So Ron Greschner's, we're on his bad list. So he's cut off. Bartenders, cut off Ron Greschner. There's no Delta Club down here for him to lean on. Anyhow, let's move right along here. Listen, don't forget, I want to see as many of you on the ice as possible later. Ron Dugan will be stepping out there. A lot of guys. It's getting a little cooler out there, so we don't have a lot of slush, a lot of food, a lot of drink. We're going to accomplish a lot in the next couple of hours. Great weekend, and this is going to be a great evening before it's over. Listen, if you grew up in New York and you have dreams of playing in the National Hockey League, one has already made it that we've introduced. That's Nicky Vitillo. This next gentleman is a New York City native, grew up in Hell's Kitchen. He spent 4 years as a right winger with the New York Rangers. He appeared in over 852 games. Born in New York, played for the New York Rangers, and he also made the All-Star team. I mentioned it to him, and he said, yeah, but it was in Edmonton. You know, it couldn't be in Los Angeles or Sunrise, Florida, but he did make the All-Star team. Please welcome number 19, Brian Mullen.
All right, as you scan across these players, you see a little bit of everything, right? You see character, you see skill, and you see a couple guys overweight, but you see a lot of toughness. But you see a lot of toughness, so that's what it was like back then. The game was played differently. And our next player played for the Rangers, only played 3 years, but again, in the same mold as Kotze, he was a guy that if you messed with anyone, here comes Boxcar. That was Eddie Hospodar.
All right, moving right along, our next alumni, this guy's got a pretty impressive record. You don't think so, but when you look at this guy's numbers, boy, he put up some great stats. He was Rookie of the Year back in his time. He beat out Bill Barber. I think we fixed that battle, but anyhow, he did win against Bill Barber, the Calder. That is the National Hockey League Rookie of the Year. He has the distinct of a rookie, and I don't know how many have done this, a rookie who scored back-to-back hat tricks. I don't know what his lucky charm is in scoring those 2 goals, but he's a good friend of mine, great golfer, a tremendous left wing, played a lot with Gilbert and Hatfield, and with Johnny Rattel, filled in very, very well. Great hockey player in his time. Number 8, good friend of mine, Steve Vickers.
So in '94, something special happened. It was a long wait. The Rangers win the Stanley Cup. And you don't just win the Stanley Cup. It takes a lot of stuff. It starts with great coaching, great goaltending, defense, offense, all of that, right? Even though you have all of that, you think on paper it looks great, you still have to have some good bounces go your own way. And you still need a player or two to do something different that's really special. Well, this next guy, magical next guy, happened to do it a couple times. And we know him as Matou. Stefan Matou. Okay. Another likable guy, very popular guy. A lot of it is either you're scoring a lot of goals or you're a tough guy on the ice where the fans like you, all right? So you're either one or the other. And this next player, like the rest of these guys, became likable because of how they played. He wasn't here a long time, and I think a lot of fans would have loved for him to stay much longer. But he defended his teammates like a lot of these guys did. Very likable. We're glad he's here tonight, and that's Colton Orr.
You want to walk out in some dark alley in the middle of the night, have a couple of three of these guys with you, boy. We got Posse, Colton Orr, Nicky Patillo. Hey, come on, come on, come on. Well, we got some tough guys, a lot of talent back there. We have a Stanley Cup, Calder trophies, two of them. Brian Leetch won a Calder, so did Steve Vickers. Our next and our last alumni, speaking of awards, he won the Vezina Trophy. That is emblematic of the best goalkeeper in the National Hockey League. He and Eddie Giacomin back in the 70s won the Vezina Trophy. The reason I remember, those two guys took us all out for dinner, picked up the tab, and it was El Vagabondos. That was Rod Gilbert's office at the time. Still going strong, by the way, between 61st, but first and second, 62nd, between first and second. This was a great goalkeeper, man. He was not big. He's only he doesn't like to talk about heights, but he had an outstanding career. 5 seasons with the Rangers. He shared the duties with Eddie Giacomin, as I remembered. He was a clutch goalkeeper, came up with I believe 23 career shutouts, still lives in the Long Island area in Levittown. Please welcome number 30, Gilles Villemure.
All right, so those are my players, right? Good team. Love to see these guys back on the ice. But more than anything, it's their passion and why they're here. Some of us younger alumni follow leadership over the older ones, and I've had a good mentor, as you can say, that has been a good leader for all of us, and he's been awesome with Ronald McDonald House. He's been the ambassador, and I think he may want to say a couple words, and that's Rod Gilbert.
Hello, everyone. I know some of you guys that were here 23 years ago, but please, before I start, let me thank Ronnie and Pete. Give them a big round of applause. You guys know too much about these guys, but it was fun, right? All this introduction. Thank you all the alumni for being so passionate every year to come and support this wonderful cause. But there's many people, and all of you here are very, very important. But there are special people that are top sponsors, and all of you have made a contribution to this night. And I would like to say thank you to all the reporters, to all the sponsors, and thank you to all the staff of Ronald McDonald that helps every day. This is once a year, but how about the people like Rick Martin, and how about the people at the house, Jerome, and how about all the people that helps us out set this evening up. And we have a lot of the board members here tonight. Thank you so much for your contribution to this wonderful, wonderful cause. But Brian, Leetch and I, every year we look forward, this is 23 years, we look forward to welcome members of the house and a family that we feel particularly honored to be with them tonight. And it's a great pleasure for me to welcome and present them. You know, this is all a family. The Ronald McDonald House is a big family, and my next guests here tonight will become part of the Ronald McDonald House family and the Rangers family. How about that? Let me welcome. All right. We've got Lana. Please join us on stage once again. And we make you an honorary member of the team.